Can you take a lead magnet and turn it into a 3-module profitable mini course? We'll get the answer to that question here in just a moment. Welcome everyone to the Content Profit Show. This is Jeff Herring, and this is episode 133. And thank everyone that's listening, has listened, will listen, and all our guests for making it possible to do this many shows. I credit y'all all the time. Okay, Danny, you're way over there on the opposite end of the country from me. Y'all is like
I am
a normal phrase around here, and then all y'all means everybody. Okay, so I'm about 60 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
And so right over here is Dana Williams, and she is the founder of Redeemed Identity Ministry, which is really cool. One more announcement before we get started. We are a few days from the beginning of March, folks, and some cool things are going to happen for you in March, because I'm doing a month-long March Madness. I don't know what I call it, program, something. March Madness. Teaching on a particular topic during the week, and then at the end of the week, you get a really good deal on what that is. So watch for that. Your emails start on Friday. And now to the main event. Dana, how'd you get into this niche?
Well, I'm a former minister's wife, and I went through a divorce. And discovered that, all the things I thought about people getting a divorce, Christians getting a divorce, all of a sudden it was me. And so it really does change your perspective.
Yep.
It changes your mindset.
Yep.
And it changes your heart, because you now have to wrap everything in grace. The things that you thought were the right things to say aren't the right things to say.
Yes.
And so that's kind of been on my heart for many years. The divorce was, 14 plus years ago. But it's taken me a long time to get up the courage to step out, because I know that there are going to be people who don't agree with what I'm doing. So I had to learn to be okay with that. I had to learn to be okay with judgment. I had to learn to be okay with people not agreeing with me. And that's fine. I guess I finally grew up.
Well, that's part of it.
And my big on.
Yeah. And there's, unfortunately, there's a lot of believers that, act like, a sheriff in the sky, oh, you did that.
Exactly.
Here's the flu because you got divorced. Like, it doesn't work that way. All right. So what's your dream with all this?
My dream is to be able to morph this into a full-scale business. I just launched the website and the ebook, the free ebook, last Saturday.
Wow, perfect timing.
Yeah, I know it is. It's perfect timing. Divine Appointments, they're amazing. And next month, I plan on launching the podcast.
Oh, cool! Excellent.
Yeah. So it's just juggling all the things and learning. I'm in my I'm into my 60s, so having to relearn. Yes, I am.
Okay, you get the same reaction I get, because I'll be 66 in a couple months, and people go, "What? You're in your 50s?" I'm like, "I'll show you my driver's license."
Yeah, but you have to relearn how to do all this stuff. This is a whole new world. I feel a song coming on. It's a whole new world that we're in, and we have to learn to walk it out and play it out.
Yes.
With others, and so people have told me that I need to do a YouTube video or do something like this. It's like, okay, I need to learn how to push the right buttons for the podcast first.
Yeah. And that's really all there is to it. I mean, I'm not a technical giant in any way, but I know what buttons to push and what order to push them in, to make money with what I do. So that's what we'll focus on. Okay, cool. Let's go build this dream. Now, let's see. Yeah, I got that right. This is Dana's freebie, lead magnet, whatever you want to call it. Who am I after divorce? Scriptures and encouragement to remind you of who and whose you are. I love that. And there was one thing that I loved. I mean, I like a lot of what's in here, but one thing I really loved was, what did it say? A judge's stamp on a divorce certificate does not measure your identity and worth. I absolutely love that. You had me at that line.
Mhm.
So, and folks, this free ebook, the link will be in the show notes once we're done here today. So go get this, please. Look
Thank you.
at this. I'm 77, but everyone swears I'm at least 90.
That's
leave,
brilliant.
leave it to my buddy Phil. I love it. I love it. All right. So, this is good. You've done a good job with this. Um,
Thank you.
and the thing that I'm blessed with is the ability to be able to look at something like this and see a whole lot of products. And what this screams is mini course to start off with. Okay. And whoops. Well, it was at the bottom before I started. Okay. Everybody, here's a little free preview behind the scenes.
Yes.
Um, all right.
See, this is what I mean. We have to learn how to do all the things.
That's right. And this is one of the things. All right, here we go. And then we'll get rid of this. And then we've got the whole page. Yay. Okay. So let's highlight this mini course part, because typically a mini course, in the way I think about them, is like 1 to 3 modules. Okay. So this one's going to be 3. I'm calling it Dana's New Content Empire, based on the Who Am I After Divorce ebook. We'll talk later about how to drive traffic to this. So when we look at a 3-module mini course like this, this could be who I was pre-divorce, who I was immediately post or going through it, and then who I was after, who I am now. Be better. You could have it like a before, after, with a like before colon and then a subtitle, and then the second after would be after, redeemed and all that kind of stuff. Okay. And so in a mini course, there's lots of things you can put into it, but because it's a mini course, you don't want to, even though it's tempting, you don't want to just keep adding one more thing and one more thing and one more thing. Really, for something like this, a video training, okay, and short, like between 15 and 30 minutes, because those days of, those big bulky things are gone. People want stuff. Give me the bottom line now, which I think is good. So a video, maybe a blog post or an article that this came from, or a new one, because we got lots of tools to do that. And then a checklist to make sure everybody's, getting what they need. And that's really all you need. And you do 3 modules of that, each on a different topic. And then I'm talking about 3 modules, but really, to me, the way we construct things, this would be a 5-module mini course in that. And you're going to get a recording of this, so you don't have to frantically do notes unless you just like to
Oh,
do
thank
that.
you. I'm over here.
Yeah, I know. You can breathe and all that
Okay,
stuff.
great. Excellent.
The first module I call a Get Started Here module, which is you kind of tell them what's coming and give them a quick win, and it may be something as simple as, remember I told you there was a cool quote I wanted to share with you. Are you familiar with Bob Goff there in San Diego?
Oh my gosh, my brother and him are good friends.
No stinking way.
Yeah, my brother went to his church for many years.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I love this small world. I love it.
My goodness, yeah.
He came to speak at our church, one of the North Point ministry ones. And I just fell in love because he told the story about why he wears that ball cap. And I didn't get to meet him then, and we haven't met face to face, but you probably know at the end of his books, he puts his phone number. Okay. And anybody can call. And we've had conversations, and people ask me what he's like, and I say, all right, picture Robin Williams as a minister.
Oh,
And doesn't that capture it?
yes.
He's just
Perfect.
insane. But
Perfect.
here's the quote that I love for this ministry you're doing. The beautiful message of Jesus is his invitation to everyone that they could trade in who they used to be for who God sees them becoming. He said we could each get a new identity in him. And I love that. And that's really what you're talking about here. And so your brother is best buds with Bob.
Well, yeah, at least I believe that's his name. I'm pretty sure because but not best buds, but yeah, went to his
Okay.
church. Yeah.
They would know each other in public. Okay. That's I got to tell my men's group about this. This is cool. Um, One of my goals in life is when he's here in Atlanta for one reason or another, I want to sneak him into my Friday morning men's group and just tell everybody we got a new guy, Robert, coming, and then just walk in with him because we've studied his stuff for years, and that would be so fun. I'm still gonna make it happen somehow. All right, so mini course. That's you get a quick win at the beginning in the get started here module, and then you do one module for each of the things before, after, however you want to word it, and then an end module is not a conclusion module. In my ebooks, in my anything, never a conclusion. It's called next success steps, because what's happened is people have gotten a taste of how you do things, and a lot of them are going to be liking it and want more, right? And see over here in this model, um, the higher you go in this ascension model, the more people are going to become part of a membership. Okay. And that's what you want, at least in my mind, because to me, all roads lead to membership because it's a joyous thing to have recurring income every month. Talking with a friend yesterday, sometime recently, her membership is $9 a month. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
that's
how are you
doable.
going to make any money about that? Well, she's got 3,500 people in it.
Right.
So, I could live on that a month, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and so that can be something we work towards is a very affordable membership, for your people, because here's the way to look at it. You wonder, how do I get people to do this, right? Well, let's just think the 50 United States, okay? Would you be able to get two people from each state into something like this, okay? That's all. That's 100 folks.
Right.
So, if you charge $9, that's $900 a month right
Right.
there. Okay.
Hmm.
And then you just build and build and build. Um, and so, yeah, we can do that. And then really what we've got here is a content empire, because we can take this one lead magnet and do all of these things with it, right? Build all of these things. We'll start with a mini course. Then we can work backwards to master class and work forward to courses, short-term membership. Um, but really, I don't say this to everybody, and Phil can attest to this, who's listening. You're sitting on a content kingdom here with this niche and what you want to do with them, because it automatically, unfortunately, reloads, right?
Yeah.
And you don't need everybody in there. You just need the right people, the right somebodies in there. Um, so getting a glimpse of the future.
I am. I am.
Cool.
You know that, and people have always talked about that, but I'm like, okay, well, because I know I'm part of a couple of mentorship groups, and
Okay.
it's kind of expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
it's $50 a month for one of them,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of money. It's worth it because she's a spiritual mom to me. But when you're walking through a divorce, money's tight. Money's tight, and
I I
and
totally
yeah,
understand,
get it.
and a lot of people that know my origin story, um, got divorced. Ex-wife moved up here to Atlanta from with the kids from Tallahassee. So for a year, I spent in Tallahassee, um, seeing a week's worth of clients from Sunday night to Wednesday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I'd come up here to see the kids, um, and try to get something going on up here. So December 23rd of '06 comes around. All right. I'm driving up here, been doing this for a year. And I've also been supporting basically 3 households where I was living, theirs, and my business. Okay. And so I'm kind of taking stock of where everything is.
Yeah.
And I realize I've got enough money on hand because all the sales coming in are set back by Christmas. Um, I can either stay in the hotel I've been living in and not do anything with my kids, or I cannot stay in the hotel and do stuff with my kids Christmas Eve, right? So, long story short, I stayed in the Hampton Inn lobby where, and worked on my computer all night. And about 3 a.m., at the height of my pity party, um, a new friend sent out, when vlogs were brand new, sent out a video of him playing some Christmas song on guitar. And it was like, okay, Jeff, this sucks. I don't know that God says sucks, but you get it. Okay, Jeff, this sucks. But I got you. And all of this started there. So I totally get it to where, where that the money issue and where people are. And look what my buddy Phil said about you.
What?
You're gonna love this. He said gold. Plus, she is so dang charming and likable.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you. That's so kind.
I'm gonna leave that one up there. That's a keeper.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of it. Here it is.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm screenshotting it. I love it. I love it. So, any questions at this point?
No. I mean, I've got multiple books, whirling around in my head.
Yes.
I've got a devotional is the first book that's going to be coming out. I'm hoping by towards Christmas-ish, or I've got to work on that, get it edited, and then I've got another one from and I forgot what I was going to name it, but it talks about going back into all the caverns of your soul that
Right.
still have stuff in them, and you have to clean out the caverns. You have to clean
Yeah.
all that stuff out.
Yeah.
And then the other one is turning your pit into a well.
Ooh,
Yeah,
pit into well.
pit into a well, because
That's
you can't have a
beautiful.
well until you dig a pit. And so God will always use our pits and turn them into wells.
I love that metaphor. You know the donkey in a well story, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Shake it off and step up. Shake it off and step
Yeah.
up. But pit
Yeah.
into a well, that could be a book title right there.
But exactly, and it's the
Okay.
working title of it.
Okay.
So I've
Okay.
got all these things planned. I've got about 4 other books planned.
Okay.
So I don't know if those could maybe be mini courses as well. I don't know if you can do that for each book, or if
I
you
was
can.
just going to say that, Dana. Each book is going to be we'll build a silo around each book, or a pillar around each book, with all these things. Each one of those books is a course. Okay. And so you end up making a heck of a lot more money from all of that than just whatever you get from an author. But the credibility in books is huge. So yay on you. All right. Remember I told you this is going to be the fastest 20 minutes? Well, it's wrap up time. Thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know.
This
But
is
you and I
fun.
will talk a little bit afterwards about what we can do going forward. Thank you for being such a fantastic guest. And
Oh,
as Phil said, charming and likable. Thank you for bringing great stuff to the show. And for
thank
all of you out there in listening and watching land, listening and watching, that's a new word. Listening and watching.
the new one. Yeah, let me write that down.
Yeah, watching. Whether it's on live or on replay, if you want to be sitting in Dana's seat, not out in her home, but in yours, there's a link right down here, contentprofitseat.com. We are filling up next month right now. And so if you want to do it, get in there. And so, as always, folks, thank you for being here. A lot of places you could have been, but you chose to be with us. And that's always an honor. Dana, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a great guest with great
Thank
content. I am super excited for you.
Thank you.
We'll talk a little bit after the music here. And
Okay.
folks, as always, you know what to do. Go use this stuff.